we have a very nice problem here. This is actually very important, this concept. Limit x tends to 0, a sin x by x. This is greatest integer function of this, right? Plus, uh, again, greatest integer function of b tan x by x. What will this become? Okay, so to understand this, first let us try to understand the relation between sin x and tan x by x. We use this to prove limit x tends to 0 sin x by x also, right, or tan x by x also. What essentially happens is, let's take a unit circle, a circle with unit radius, right? That means OA is 1, OP is 1, and this one is again 1. This is a quarter circle, right? Now, let's take this point P. This is making some angle theta with this horizontal axis, right? Now, what is our sine theta? Sine theta is PQ, right? PQ by OP, right? This opposite side by hypotenuse. OP is anyway 1. OP is anyway 1. So sine theta is actually equal to PQ, right? PQ is actually equal to sine theta. Similarly, what is our tan theta? Tan theta is like this bigger triangle. Please look at this triangle OAT. Right. Tan theta is AT by OA. OA is again 1 because it is again the radius. So AT is equal to tan theta. Okay. Now, by looking and what is our theta? Because it is in radians, and this arc AP. Right, this arc AP is equal to r theta. R is again 1, so this should be equal to theta. Arc AP, the length of it is equal to theta. Right, because this is r theta, r is anyway 1. Right, now so far, so good. Right, now let us look at this triangle OAP. Area of this triangle is smaller than area of this sector, again OAP, because this area is extra for the sector, right? For the sector, this area is extra, right? So OAP sector is greater than OAP triangle. Similarly, OAT triangle is greater than OAP sector because this area is extra, right? OAT, this part area is more than OAP, right? Now, what is the area of this triangle OAP? It is half into base into height. Base is anyway 1. Height is sine theta. So, half into 1 into sine theta, half sine theta. What is area of the sector? Sector is r square theta by 2. Or otherwise, you can say this is making theta angle, theta by 2 pi into pi r square. Pi r square full circle. Theta by 2 pi is the fraction. So, this one, it is still theta into r square by 2. And what is r? R is anyway 1, so it should be theta by 2, area of the sector. Right, now what is the area of the bigger triangle? Bigger triangle is again half base into height. Base is anyway 1, height is tan theta, so it should be half tan theta. Now, as per this diagram, half sine theta should be less than half theta, should be less than half tan theta. What does that mean? Sine theta is always lesser than theta, is always less than tan theta, right? So now what does that mean? Sine theta by theta is less than 1 and tan theta by theta is greater than 1. But what will happen? We already discussed this also. This sine theta by theta, it will, although it is less than 1, when theta becomes very small. When theta becomes very small, then this line becomes shorter and shorter, and then this line will become closer and closer to the length of this curve, right? Basically this curve as becomes shorter and shorter, sin theta approaches theta, so it is less than 1. The graph of it, earlier we discussed, it will approach 1 from the left hand side, right hand side. There is a hole here, it will approach 1, right? Sin theta by theta is always greater than sin theta by, right? It will approach 1, so that's why we write limit when theta tends to 0, sin theta by theta equals to 1. Similarly, tan theta by theta, it is always greater than 1, but when theta becomes very small, this line also approaches the length of this arc, right? So tan theta by theta will also approach 1, but it is always greater than 1. Now, what is our question? Our question is when x is tending to 0, when x is going to 0, what will happen? Sin x by x is always lesser than 1. So it will be like some 0.99998, right? Of greatest integer function of this one. Plus again, what is this one? Tan x by x is always greater than 1. So it will be like when x is tending to 0, it will be like 1.0001 times b. Right. Right. So what will this become? 0.009 of a. It will be lesser than a. Right. It will be equal to a minus 1 plus what is this? This is greater than b. 1.0, 1 point something into b. This is obviously greater than b. So if a and b, obviously a and b are integers, then what does that mean? This becomes b. So what is the correct answer? A plus b minus 1. A plus b minus 1 is the correct answer for this limit. It is not obviously a and b should be integers here. The question assumes, or in the question it is given that the a and b, it will be given that a and b are integers. Then this will be a minus 1, this greatest integer function, right? Because sin x by x will approach 1 from the lower side and tan x by x will approach 1 from the higher side. So this one will be slightly higher than b, this one would be slightly lower than a. So it would be, the left part would be a minus 1 and right part would be b. Right, so a minus 1 plus b, which is nothing but a plus b minus 1. Right, guys? Hope you like this. Thank you.